Hey, in this video we will see certain legal words, or you can say legal terminology. This is very important for us to understand, as words are something which make things easy to communicate or to understand things easily. Or in legal field, these legal words are very important to understand what's happening around you. If you are reading something, or you are watching a court proceeding, or you are drafting something, then these words are very commonly used, and if you will not know these words, that will create a very big problem for you. So let's know these words, and these are 10 words which I am telling you today, and gradually we will see other words also, because as we know, if we comes to vocabulary, then that is very wide topic. So let's start, but before that, please do like this video and subscribe to my channel. Now let's see. First word, pro se. Pro se. Pro se means when somebody represents or presents himself before court without help of a lawyer or without help of somebody else. Like if I, who is not a lawyer, and I presented myself in court without help of anyone, without help of any lawyer, then it will be said that I have presented myself pro se. That is, I have presented myself on my own, without help of anyone else or without help of a lawyer, and that is called pro se. Then there is a word, subpoena. Subpoena means this is an order to compel somebody to appear in court or to produce certain documents. The spelling is subpoena, but pronunciation is subpoena. Then there is a word, severe dire. Severe dire means to speak truth. Like we can say witness should speak truth. So here you can use this word in this way, like this person should speak truth or this person speaks truth, then that is severe dire. Then there is a word, de facto. De facto means in fact. Like if you say something which is in fact, then you use word de facto, that A has power de facto. That means A has power in fact. And you will see one word, de jure. De jure means in law. If I will say the same sentence of de facto, that is A has power de jure, that means A has power in law. And if I say A has power de facto, that means A has power in fact. And if I say A has power de jure, then that means A has power in law. Then there is a word, de novo. De novo means anew. Like if a proceeding is going on and it has reached a certain stage, and if I request the court to start the proceeding de novo, that means I am requesting court to start proceeding from very beginning or to start fresh proceeding, then I use word de novo proceeding, that is de novo. Then there is a word, amicus curiae. Amicus curiae means friend of court, who is not a party to the contract but who is interested in the facts of case, and he can help court to understand those facts and to solve that case easily. If you read some Supreme Court judgments, you will see there are number of amicus curiae who help court to solve the case, and usually it is seen that court makes amicus curiae who are very senior lawyers who are present in court. Then there is a word called amicus curiae. Then a word comes, en banc. En banc means full bench present. That means like if I say appeal is heard by 3 judges, that means that bench is made up of 3 judges, and at the hearing, when that appeal is heard, at that time all 3 judges were present. That means that appeal has been heard. En banc means all the judges were present at the time of hearing. Then a word comes, ab initio. Ab initio means from very beginning. If I say something like this is from very beginning, then that means ab initio. This word, if you see, very commonly used in contract when we say a contract with minor is void ab initio, that it is void from very beginning. When you made it, that was void from that time only. Then there comes a word force majeure. Force majeure means power which makes that thing impossible to happen, like some accident occurred which is not in control of any party to the contract, then we says force majeure. Usually force majeure is added as a clause in contract. When we do a contract, we add a clause in our contract naming force majeure, in which we write that if this act will occur or if this thing will occur, then our contract will become impossible and there is no need to perform that contract, and other person will not sue on the other party for breach of contract if this particular thing happened or particular accident occurred. So these are 10 words: pro se, sub pena, severe dire, de facto, de jure, de novo, amicus curiae, en banc, ab initio, and force majeure. Now there is a word lacuna. So if you know the meaning of this word, please do comment about it in comment box. And if you don't know about this word, search it on Google and then write its meaning in comment box, and also write a sentence about it. So this is all about this video. If you like this, please do like it, and please do share it with your friends to make them more aware about legal terminologies. So thank you so much for watching this video.